We are gathered here today before friends, family, and above all, God, to witness the holy matrimony of Taylor and Elisha. We thank the Lord for all the blessings that brought us here today and those that gathered together to make this day possible. And we are thankful for the blessings of another day with our loved ones, especially grateful for this day when we are able to be around friends and family.
Taylor and I met a couple of years ago. He was doing a show with his band, Stereograph, and I went to dinner with friends and they invited me to go out afterwards. And they said, oh, come on in, to this place, we're gonna see a band play. And I was like, all right, great. And we go in and wow, it was awesome. Their band covered all of the songs from all the eras and genres that I love. And we just had a blast the whole night, listening and hanging out together. And we were introduced by my best friend, the wing woman I never knew I needed.
Yeah, I was kind of staring off into the audience a little bit and just singing away and thinking about life and happiness and just kind of wondering when my time will come. And so I look out and I see a bunch of people out there, and I see her and I see her friends that she's hanging out with, and her friend Angie was standing behind her and kind of made eye contact with me, and she's like, look at me, this one right here. I was standing behind her, like pointing at her, and she was oblivious to it. She's just kind of staring, watching the band, and I knew I had to go talk to her.
Dear Taylor, I am so excited to start the rest of our lives today. You are everything I could have hoped for in a partner and more. Thank you for teaching me to love myself and allowing me the freedom to navigate the unknown.
Love and marriage are truly one of God's greatest gifts and accomplishments. Yes, the heavens and earth are pretty impressive, but the Lord has filled all of us with love and allows us to grow that love exponentially by sharing it with someone else. And so by giving selflessly to one another, we make ourselves stronger and our lives that much richer. It's truly one of the greatest miracles we've been given.
So the first date was actually the day after we met. I had gotten her phone number the day we met, and I had messaged her and asked if she wanted to go out. We went to Lettuce Lake Park. It's kind of by the university I went to, and walked around and just kind of strolled around in nature and talked about life and who we are and what we got going on in our lives and stuff like that. It was kind of towards the end of the nature walk. We were really getting a feel for each other, and I was realizing this is a lot more than just a pretty girl that I'm taking on a date. I realized just how much substance there was, and how deeply this could eventually go, and the door just kind of kept opening, and there was just more and more and more, and so we were just looking at each other's eyes, and we had kind of run out of conversation, and I think I just knew.
I really liked that was his suggestion to go, because a lot of times when you go out, it's to a movie or it's somewhere where it's really loud and you don't have a chance to get to know each other and meet. So we had tons of conversation and just all different kinds of topics. We didn't know anything about each other, so it was really, really a lot of fun and very casual. And then we were able to afterwards go have dinner and together to tacos of all things, one of my favorite foods. It was just lots of coincidences that night. We started seeing we had a lot of things in common. It was a lot of fun.
I thought she was just very down to earth. There's something real and sweet about her. There's her smile is just so genuine,
Thank you, Lord, for bestowing upon us blessings and for giving us not just another day, but for most special day where Taylor and Elisha will be joined in holy matrimony. One word of scripture I'd like to share. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain unity in the Spirit in the bond of peace.
The first time we said I love you was a magical day. We went to Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival, and we were coming out to the parking lot to the car, and there was pretty clouds, really nice view, rainbow overhead, and I was going to get in the car and he was going to open the door for me, and he said, just hold on a second. He goes, I wanted to talk to you about something. I was like, oh, what is he going to say? No idea. And he says to me, he goes, I just really want to tell you I love you.
I knew that she was the one when we were at Galaxy's Edge, and we were both just so excited and just full of hope and stars in our eyes, and we, cross into the Galaxy's Edge area, and we're seeing all the Star Wars. We're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And it's just, they did such a good job at putting it all together. And we both rounded the corner, and our eyes locked on to the giant Millennium Falcon replica, and we both started tearing up. And I was like, this is the girl for me.
Taylor, do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and respect Elisha above all others from this day forward until your very last day on earth?
I do.
Elisha, do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and respect Taylor above all others from this day forward until your very last day on earth?
I do. I really knew he was the one, maybe not at a particular moment, but I knew when the kindness, the consideration, the trust, the earnesty, just this friendship that we formulated right from the beginning. I wasn't sure what was going to happen when we first started to be together. I would say just a few months in, everything about it felt right. I just knew that could not imagine my life without this man. Your patience, love, kindness, and sense of humor are some of my favorite things about you. Know that today and always, I promise to you that I will be faithful, honest, true, and loving. I love you forever, today, and always. Love, Elisha.
Hand fasting is an ancient Celtic ritual in which the hands are tied together to symbolize the binding of two lives. The first cord symbolizes the bride, her accomplishments, purity, and grace. The next cord symbolizes the groom, his accomplishments, resolve, and dedication. The final cord symbolizes the unity of these two souls becoming one in the presence of all who come to witness. The knot is an infinity knot, representative of the everlasting bond these two will share.
The proposal was just beautiful. So he started the morning at home. I had no idea. He had me hook, line, and sinker. It was completely a surprise. He started the morning at home. When I woke up, the entire bed in the room and everything was covered in multicolored rose petals all the way down the hall, into the bathroom, all over the bed, the floor. It was just beautiful. And he said to me, his excuse was, you've been working really hard. It's been very stressful at work. I just wanted to give you just an amazing day. Let's go and have breakfast and get mani-pedis. He's like, it's just all about pampering you today. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, wow. It's things like that. He was always still does, lots and lots of kind things. We went for a walk back at Lettuce Lake Park again, and we were walking the trails, and we went back to this area that I call the Lookout Tower. It's 3 stories. You can go and look at different areas over the river. And we were standing up there for a while. People were coming up and down, and we were just reminiscing about the previous times we had been there. And I was looking over the balcony at the water, and he said to me, he goes, I have something for you. And I'm like, oh, presents, what kind of presents? And I turn around, and he is down on one knee, and he has the ring box open, and he says to me, I open at the close. Will you be my wife? And oh my gosh, just instantly started crying. It was such a mix of excitement and love and hilarity also, because there's so much meaning behind what he said. And he had a ring box that was a golden snitch from Harry Potter. That's mutual love that we both have. And I was just, this is it. I said that this is my forever. This is my happy ending. And I was so grateful in the moment and so excited and so much in love.
Elisha, our life together began a little over 2 years ago. 2 years is a long time for some, a moment to others. In our time together, I have felt both of these things. I feel like I have gotten to know you so much, as if we've been seeking and finding each other many times over. And yet, I feel like these years have all happened so quickly. I remember the first time that we laughed together at the Zephyr Hills Brewing Company. I remember the first time that we cried together, seeing the first life-size Millennium Falcon starship at Galaxy's Edge. Over the previous years, I had grown timid to fall in love, but in spending time with you, love had no choice but to bloom. As you continue to show me daily more love than I've ever known. In my life, I have found there to be a few virtues that stand above the rest, and so I will make these promises to you. I take you to be my partner for life. I vow to always love you, your essence, and continue to find you in this and each subsequent life. I promise above all else to live in truth with you and to communicate fully and fearlessly. I give you my hand and my heart, a sanctuary of warmth and peace. And I pledge my love, my devotion, my protection, my faith, and my honor as I join my life to yours. All of these I do solemnly promise and vow.
Taylor. For a long time, I was someone that thought that a person only gets a certain number of perfect moments on top of the lighthouse per lifetime, and that I had used all mine up. It's the kind of silly thing you say right before you meet the person that hits the reset button on the world, who makes everything new again, who makes it seem ridiculous that you ever considered yourself to settle. You are that person, Taylor. You are the love of my life. Everything I have and everything I am is yours forever. You are and will always be my person, my love, my best friend, my lucky charm. I vow to be all of those things to you. I promise to share my snackos, to play magic with you, to share more of the covers, and most importantly, to always be honest, open, and communicate both the best and worst of myself with you and encourage you to do the same. I vow to lend you my shoulders to lean on, my ears to listen, and my heart to love you. I promise to be the best wife and partner I can be and support your hopes and dreams always. Lastly, I vow to always be the Tracy to your Ted, the Jedi Princess to your Nerf herder, the Hermione to your Ron, always.
Elisha, 26 months ago, you changed my life. You are the moon and the stars that light my way. The galaxy will be forever filled with life, magic, and most importantly, lightsabers, love. My glass is forever full, my wand at the ready. The Force is with us always. You are the best partner, lover, questing buddy, and friend that I could ever hope for. You brought hope to my galaxy. You are my Jedi Princess. I can't wait to marry you.
He really works very hard to take how I feel into consideration, or he's very thoughtful. He's very has a lot of attention to detail. I would say that he just gets me, and that's a mutual thing. So we've really taken the time to foster. We're best friends. We are frickin' frack. We are inseparable. His heart and his kindness and his love, it just exuberates from every pore of his body. And there is not an ingenuine bone in him, and I love that.
I love the way that she cares. She puts all of herself into everything that she does. She's everything that I'm not. She's everything that I want to be. And she brings the magic out of life.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt, I have zero worry about anything with him. I feel safe and I trust him, and I feel just loved from the tip of my toes to the top of my head in any situation, in any condition. He is just so unconditionally loving, and just everything I could have ever hoped for.
These rings represent love, pure and simple. The love of God has for all creatures, great and small, and the love for you, Taylor and Elisha, have for one another. When you place that ring on your partner's finger, know that you are giving not just a gift of a ring, but also the gift of love your Creator has filled you with. Taylor, repeat after me. Elisha, please accept this ring
as
a token of my love for you. With this, I give you my heart and my soul. They are yours forever. Elisha, repeat after me. Taylor, please accept this ring as a token of my true love for you.
Please accept this ring as a token of my true love for you.
With this, I give you my heart and my soul.
With this, I give you my heart and my soul.
They are yours forever.
They are yours forever.
I promise to always be there for you. I promise to protect you. I promise to love you. I promise to always be yours in this life and every subsequent.
Taylor, I want to promise to you that I will always be kind, faithful, loyal. I will not look to you to complete me, but instead for us to complete each other and be a team. I promise to you that this day and every day forward, that I will never stop trying. I will always be looking for those opportunities to make things even better every single day, and that I will communicate and share and always try to improve upon myself as well.
Begin each day and every day together with love, and you will do amazing things throughout your married life. We thank God for bringing Taylor and Elisha together and for blessing them now and always, and by the power invested in me as an ordained minister and by the state of Florida. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. May I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Doyle.
We're going to bring out the parents first. Come on out, Mom, mother of the bride, Kathy Peterson, escorted by Assure Christian. All right, next up we have parents of the groom, Donna and Tommy Doyle. All right, come on out, bridesmaid Heather, escorted by groomsman Brian. All right, next up we have bridesmaid Lily, escorted by groomsman Ryan. Bridesmaid Angie, come on out, escorted by groomsman Wayne. All right, next up we have bridesmaid Megan, escorted by groomsman Dylan. Come on, make some noise. escorted by co-best man AJ. All right, come on, let's make a lot of noise for the matron of honor, Sarah, escorted by best man Tyler. And now it is my proud pleasure to introduce to you for the first time in public, as they make history on this day, I give to you your bride and groom. Come on, let's make some noise for the new Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Doyle.
A great philosopher once said, "A man who gives in when he's wrong is a wise man. A man who gives in when he's right is married." Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Taylor's dad. Oh yeah, this will be my third wedding speech and the second one this year. But I am very proud to be able to do this speech tonight for Elisha and Taylor. Ain't they beautiful? Aren't they gorgeous? I only ask questions that are, good questions. And we are so excited to have Donna's dad, Taylor's grandfather, here he traveled all the way from Chicago. He'll be 92 in January. So where do I start? They are kind, intelligent, good-looking, charming. Hey, Taylor, I'm having trouble reading your writing. I guess you'll have to tell me the rest later. But seriously, they are all those things and more. Donna and I want to formally welcome Elisha and her family to the Doyle family. She has been part of it for a good while now. And Elisha, you've been with Taylor long enough to know what you're getting yourself into by joining this family. And truthfully, I have no sympathy for you. But all kidding aside, we are thrilled that you are part of our family, and we are proud to have you as a daughter-in-law. Thank you. A couple months ago, Ton and I traveled to St. Pete to meet Elisha's family. Megan, there they are over here. All these people. Anyway, we enjoyed spending time with them on the beach, and it was obvious that Taylor fit into her family just as Elisha fits into ours. Don't worry, it's only 4 minutes and 25 seconds long. know, a father always hopes that he can raise a son, does a good job raising a son. You want them to be respectful, honest, strong, and hardworking. Well, Taylor worked for me in the summertime, and our company moved buildings, and that's the hardest, dirtiest job ever. Well, the summer he came back from Clarion University, we were working in Louisiana, elevating houses out of a flood zone. Taylor the conditions were, brutal. Taylor had to acclimate himself from a Pennsylvania climate to the hottest, the most humid climate, I would say the world, Lake Charles, Louisiana. And I gotta tell you, he showed his mental strength. He showed his stamina. He performed like a champ. He was a boy among a crew of men. I was so proud of him. But he would even make me more proud. This summer he was a senior at the University of South Florida. We had this huge job in Palm Harbor, which is just west of Tampa. And the conditions were just as bad as Louisiana. On that job, Taylor ran his own crew with a specific job to complete. He never moaned, he never complained, and I knew then that Don and I had raised him and prepared him for the future. We are and always been very proud of you, Taylor. We love you. And today, I'm excited and privileged to witness a new chapter in his life as a husband. And I'm confident he's going to make us proud again. He has married a wonderful person. We love her, and she is family. So, they are a match. They are a match made in Star Wars movies, theme parks, Renaissance fairs, and rock and roll. So join me in a toast. All right, Taylor and Elisha, live long and prosper. May the force be with you. And we love you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tyler. I am the co-best man, and for many years, some might even say Taylor's twin. I know the height difference is a little off, but you're just going to have to trust me on that one. To this day, one of our middle school teachers still calls me Taylor. First off, and most importantly, I want to say a big congratulations to the both of you. And how honored I am to stand up here today and do the same thing that you did for me at my wedding. It is a great honor. Secondly, and almost as importantly, I cannot thank you enough for having me wear a regular suit. For those of you who don't know that story, Taylor and I have been best friends since the 4th grade. Ever since then, we had always promised each other that we would be the best man at each other's wedding. Adorable, I know. But back then, I was either naive or maybe there was something wrong with me. The jury's still out on that one, I'm not sure. But I always wanted to wear, as his best man, one of the classic composer suits that has the penguin tail that drags on the floor. So I am extremely happy that you allowed me to wear a regular suit today. We have been through thick and thin together, and I am so happy to see you finally joining the rest of us in the marriage club. Although I am jealous that you got to skip the diaper phase. Trust me, you dodged a bullet there. I have 3 kids at home. All of them are under the age of 4, so lucky you. Elisha, you look absolutely beautiful today. And I am so happy. I am so happy that Taylor has found his perfect counterpart. I know we haven't got to spend much time together, but since I first saw the two of you together, I could tell that Taylor was head over heels for you, and vice versa. Since the 4th grade, Taylor and I had had a lot of great times, from going fishing, taking the boats out, to countless days and nights at each other's houses. We spent so much time together that I can count Taylor's parents as my own. We even lived together in college for a few years. Those were by far the toughest times in our friendship. Who knew you would learn so much about someone from living with them? But through it all, we remained the best of friends. Even when life has pulled us apart, or we've lived in different cities, states, when we got back together, it was like no time had passed. We had never been apart. And that is a true testament to our friendship. Today is a joyous day, but it's also a solemn day. Joyous for the obvious reasons, solemn for reasons that most of you probably won't know. Today is the day that I relinquish the title of Taylor's best friend. And I can't think of a better person to pass that along to. While there may be times that are difficult, times where you are apart, times where you share tears, and times where you share laughter and smiles, you both have each other. You both have your best friend right beside you to make it through whatever life is going to throw at you. So I would like to make a toast to the Mr. and newly Mrs. Taylor Doyle. And I beg your pardon for this, but I hope you have a long and prosperous marriage.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is AJ. For those of you who do know me, you all know that there's a statute of limitations and bartender confidentiality that's in place. So there's a lot of things I cannot say right now. That table back there, raise your hand. That's our troublemakers in this crowd. When I first met Doyle, it was as a bartender. Nice guy, paid his tab, great singer. After a couple years of talking to him, I found out he's as big of a nerd as I was, and that's impressive. Like, it just randomly, like, what? We can roll someday. You want to play like this? We're gonna pay for your tab. He's like, oh, all right. I was like, all right, we can be friends. And then he comes in one day and he goes, AJ, I met the one. And I'm like, he's like, no. I'm like, all right, who is she? He's like, she's right here. And I'm like, hi. I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know if I see it. 5 minutes of talking to her. She's a bigger nerd than him. And that's saying something, guys. I was like, okay, you did good. Bartender approves. Doyle, you've answered the phone every time I've called. And I've called on some pretty awkward, bad nights, and you've always answered that call for me, and I cannot say enough. Allergies, guys, I'm sorry. Quick shout out to Co-Best Man, by the way. Great speech. Yes, thank you. There was a contest. It was a triathlon. It was all weekend long. It was hard fought. Caitlin, I'm sorry about the black eye. You got caught in the crossfire. I also had a speech. It's on a napkin somewhere, if everyone checks their napkins. Chris, you found it? That was my speech. I cannot tell you how much of an honor it has been to be part of this. To see you guys together today. I've watched it build for the past 2 years. This wedding, guys, was for us. Doyle's been married in his heart from the day that he met her. Today was just for us. And to have the opportunity to be part of this, that's what I'm saying. Just cry for me. Brother, if there's anything you ever need, I'm always going to be there for you. Elisha, you're family now too. I'm sorry. I warned you when you got that first day. I was like, listen, like, you know, like, you get all of us. It's a group thing. I love you both, and thank you for the honor to be able to be here today and be part of this. Come.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sarah. I have been Alicia's friend since our freshman year of high school, and I'm not telling anyone what year that was. I am just thrilled to see Elisha as happy as she's ever been after seeing, for both of us, all the ups and downs in the world. Having met Taylor, I went, I have an in with this guy. A proud member of the Renaissance Festival cast. And lover of whiskey. So here's how I got to meet and hear about Taylor. I met this guy. Like, that's not just, oh, I met a guy. I met this guy. And we knew too. Elisha has had a ring in her voice from the moment she first started talking about Taylor. And we could not be more thrilled for all the joy in the world for both of you. So because I won't try to compete with any of the gentlemen who came before me, I will just say this. The two of you and all of these people just show you can pick your family. And I love you both. Cheers to Taylor and Elisha.
It wasn't until I pushed this chair back that I felt like a warrior king. Thank you all for joining me here in Valhalla. We love each and every one of you. Every soul here deserves love and a forever. And many of you have already got that. And for those who haven't, it's coming. A time will come. Skull. So the bar is open, which means we brought a shit ton of booze. And if it's not gone tonight, I'm gonna be really drunk next week. So help me out here. I love you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much, especially the ones who had to make it across the literal country to be here today. You are all beautiful and wonderful souls, and you have all had an influence on who we are today. We would not be here if it weren't for each and every person in this room. Cheers.
All right, the bride and groom are ready to cut the cake at this time. We ask everyone to gather around, gather around. Cutting of the cake is a time-honored tradition. This is the first act that they are doing as husband and wife. Sometimes it can be a little difficult. That's okay. That's why they are surrounded by family and friends. Come on, cheer them on. Okay, what we're going to do is called an everlasting kiss. This everlasting kiss depends on you. Now, the more noise you make, the longer that they have to kiss. Come on, make some noise! Come on, keep it going! This is everlasting! All right, put your hands together for Elisha and Taylor! He's not done, honey. Now, I want you to get down on one knee as if to beg. Yeah, cheer him on.